AV SuperFriends on Topic is an independent production wholly owned and operated by AV SuperFriends, LLC. For the highest quality recording of all of our shows, visit avsuperfriends.com. This is AV SuperFriends on Topic, a 30-minute monthly roundtable focused on a single topic. This discussion will be opinionated, to the point, and saturated with our well-known blend of painfully won expertise and deeply ingrained immaturity. For April 2026, it's the best sounding and most freshly scented podcast in higher ed. This is the AV SuperFriends on Topic, episode number 69. By the way, if you do the math on that, at some point we crossed over like 200 full episodes of these shows a few weeks ago, and we completely didn't pay any attention to it. So,
well, this is our 200th episode, everybody.
Yes, 200 episode special.
200 plus.
That's it. So anyway.
It's for our 14,600 listeners.
17,972. So,
is that where we're at? Sorry.
Broadcasting live across 4 time zones from coast to coast. It's that special time of year when campuses pretend a fresh semester smell can cover up our nasty lecterns, our mystery cables, and that one conference room PC held together by hope and a long, long expired image. So grab your compressed air, shove those broken adapters into a drawer labeled maybe useful, and let's sweep out the bad ideas, bad firmware, and bad meeting energy. I'm Chris Decter. You're tuned in for another Friday afternoon podcast adventure. Our theme is spring cleaning. We'll get to that in a moment. And let's say hello to today's panel of spring cleansing experts.
Cleansers?
Our first panelist oversees the annual ritual of deleting old tickets, relabeling junk drawers, and pretending the cable inventory is now fully reconciled. He's a director of Vernal Systems Renewal from Kansas City. Say hello to Mr. Jamie Reinhardt.
Gotta be honest, had to dictionary that before we got started here.
Vernal? Was it Vernal?
Vernal, yeah. At first I thought it needed penicillin or something, but it turns out it's just means in spring.
That's got an extra R in there.
Different.
So. Yeah, my bad.
Different.
Our next panelist develops best practices for cleaning up messy installs, mystery bins, and the sort of half-finished projects that everyone agrees just not to mention. He's a senior coordinator for operational hygiene from Corvallis, Oregon. Say hello to Mr. Mark Kolozinski.
Velcro, take those cables, just bundle them tight around Velcro, stash them off to the side, walk away. Just
stuff them behind the TV so they don't fall out.
Jam it up there, it's fine. Yeah.
Little electrical tape goes a long way.
It's structural at that point.
Structural Velcro.
Our next panelist leads cross-functional spring cleaning initiatives, including dust removal, document purges, and the strategic concealment of long-ignored technical debt. He's an associate vice provost for environmental reset operations from Greensboro, North Carolina. Say hello to Mr. Larry Darling.
I have classrooms with both chalkboards, and I have classrooms with graphite drawing courses. So yes, the dust removal is a thing we have to do.
You mean pencil lead?
No, it's graphite drawing. It's the art program. They do their own. Yeah.
Nobody knows what they do. Art, it's always a mystery.
Yeah. It is pencil, but it's more than pencil.
It's not pencil.
Don't you refer to this as a pencil, sir? That's not what this is.
And our final panelist provides executive leadership for the ongoing battle against dust, clutter, grime, and the institutional habit of shoving broken equipment into unlabeled cabinets. He's a vice president for filth mitigation from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Say hello to Mr. Justin Rexing.
That's an actual job on campus.
I kind of like that title, actually.
We actually
I'm
do
director
that,
of filth mitigation.
Pretty sure.
Well, I think when you introduce yourself, Justin, you have to be, I'm the vice president for filth mitigation.
Keep me as VP.
You want to pause in there.
Yeah. Filth.
So on today's show, we're going to discuss spring cleaning and what that means to all of us. And I'm going to explain a little bit what our take on spring cleaning here in a moment.
It's a little bit different.
But first, some housekeeping. So if you're listening to this as a recorded MP3 while digging Cheeto dust out of your keyboard with an old multi-tool, it gets worse. Remember that we stream live on Fridays at about 3:15 Eastern or 12:15 Pacific, or whenever we get around to it. In this case, whenever Justin emerges from the festering heap of obsolete dongles, half-empty energy drinks, and shame. You can join us live for that on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter, where the content is hot and the studio air smells vaguely like burnt hair and old coffee. If you can't join us live, at least follow the AV SuperFriends on the socials, because you're an absolute grime goblin. We're on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Blue Sky, posting updates, clips, and whatever else we can salvage from the sticky biohazard adjacent swamp we call a content strategy. Please tell people about the show. Tell your coworkers, your friends, your sworn enemies, that one IT guy on campus whose office smells like hot plastic and unresolved trauma. Just
mine.
shove this podcast into their ear holes like you're emptying out a shop vac full of conference room crumbs, mystery fuzz, and fossilized remains of 10 years worth of faculty snacks. We need more listeners, frankly, and misery loves company. So if you want to support the show, please consider donating. Your money keeps this mold-speckled pirate ship afloat, keeps the lights on, and keeps our ongoing commitment to rolling around in the filthiest corners of higher ed, AV, and IT so you don't have to. That donation link is in the show notes, so scroll down there. Somewhere between the mildew, the sticky residue, and the smell that definitely means something in here is leaking.
Something
All that to be
died.
said, thank you for your support. We couldn't do this without you.
You guys ever have any technology that actually leaks?
Yes.
Isn't that fascinating when that happens? I'm going to say mine. You can share it. We're off topic already. Old Matrox lecture capture boxes. Those leaked fluid out of them at one point. I'm not really sure.
Did it leak the lectures out?
I'm not sure what they were doing in there, but fascinating.
I've
had some power supplies do that.
thing.
I've had Delight.
Oh yeah, those get sticky.
Delight.
They get sticky.
Daylight.
Delight.
Delight.
Yeah, Delight.
Mm-hmm.
They're
happy.
delightful.
They're not bright. They're happy.
They're delightful. But it seems to only be the tab tension units.
Yes.
And they leak oil like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, stop buying tab tension things.
Yeah, well,
Because they leak.
try not yet.
All they do is either they come loose,
Tangled up, all wacky.
or they pull unevenly because, hey, did you know this? You have to adjust the tension on those tab tension lines. Most integrators don't know that, and they just stick them on the wall. So,
yeah.
Anyway, no, the thing I had.
That's where you just clip all the artwork and stuff too, right? Those lines.
Yeah.
You pull on. That's where you grab to move it out of the way when it's in front of your
Post-it
whiteboard.
notes.
I had a PTZ camera that the camera head itself was leaking, so it leaked out all the Z. I guess I don't know, but it was an old Sony broadcast
PT.
camera, big broadcast head PTZ,
So it actually had grease in it.
and yeah, it was clearly had. And this thing was pushing 20 years old, and it was way up there. So we get up there to take it down, like what? Oh, and it was everywhere.
You ever like reloaded an old speaker and put the ferrule fluid in there? Have you ever had the pleasure of doing that? No. Okay. I'm showing my
speaker
age.
grease in.
Sorry.
No,
Put in speaker grease.
That's what it was.
I don't have fluid problems like you all.
We'll get the show running longer. You will.
Anyway, what the
All
hell's
right,
going on
so
here?
today's topic is, and this comes from the old vestiges of which I think we are the last group still holding on to the actual topic of the month as set down in the standards of whenever that was in like 2020.
Shots fired.
Do we have a jingle for that?
Do we have a jingle for the
probably-
topic of the month?
I bet we
Oh,
do.
of course we do.
I hope not.
Intern, play it. Intern, play
It
it.
didn't
If not,
play.
next
Why is it not
month we
playing?
will have it.
Play it.
Oh, cool. Hey, Mark, this did the same thing to me as did last time, where it like dumps out of the
Oh,
call.
that's cool.
and
Well,
back.
you imagine
okay.
some witty style jingle that was not AI orchestrated. But
Oh no, I'll just dump back in. Give me a second
Yeah,
here.
just-
But it's weird because it did it to it the last time.
This was multi-tracked in Larry's studio over a span of like minutes.
Okay, let's try this again.
All right, try it.
The topic
See?
of the month. Stay on topic.
So the
Wow,
topic this
I'm
month,
impressed.
the topic this
Yeah,
month
we had
is
something
spring
for that.
cleaning, and I think we had many reactions to that topic of like, again, are we doing this again? Yes, but
Still
here's our take
cleaning
on it
up from
this
last
year. We all love to talk about. Everyone likes to talk about spring cleaning in the sense we're organizing things, we're doing things better, whatever. But we figure, you know what? There's a reason you have to clean up. So we're going to talk about the grime, the dirt, the filth, the nastiness that we created ourselves that we then get to go clean up. So we're going to focus on the bad habits, the lazy fixes, the bad design choices, the institutional nonsense, all that stuff that's been stinking up higher ed AV all year, and also focus on how many of our temporary solutions have now become like structural landmarks at this point. So
If it gets enough,
that's our
patina
take.
on
We're
it,
get,
it's
so
just
in the sense of
historic.
spring cleaning, we're just going to focus on the dirt, at this
the
point.
grime.
We're getting filthy today, folks.
We're gonna roll around and we're
We're
going to wallow in our own filth.
We're going to talk about hot desking.
I have this filthy commercial I could run.
Larry,
Larry will have to leave.
Come on, Larry.
There's no
Larry's
commercials on
favorite
topic.
commercial. Oh, there'll be a commercial in this episode.
There's now.
Larry's putting his foot down.
who's going? Who's going to get filthy here? Who's going first? Flip a coin.
I mean, I can
Chris.
go if no one else
Let's
wants
go.
to.
All right. Yeah. So let's go with the person who traveled the farthest to be here today. So Justin, nope, too late. Larry, go.
Me?
Me?
Oh, Larry?
Okay, mine is an annual strategic choice I make, which keeps putting me in a worse position every single year.
Stop doing that.
I
Staying
wish I
at
could, but it
UNGCG.
makes sense every time I make it. So I've been here at UNCG for 6.5 years. They did not have a refresh schedule plan before I got here. And so there were several buildings across campus that were in desperate need of updates. One of those buildings was about 2 years into my time here. And so once I got here, I had it on the schedule. We were going to do it. I got word from facilities and planning that that building was going to be renovated the following year. And so I could either invest the resources, invest the time to replace the 8 systems in that building, or I could say, oh, we'll keep it running for a year. And then the building comes down, we'll be fine.
Fresh and new. Yep.
Refresh and new. I can
Just like fresh laundry. Start.
I can fix that building over there that's going to be here for 8 years, or I can fix this one that's going to be gone in a year. It's an easy choice.
Right.
You invest in the one that's going to be here.
Seems logical.
However, I also learned something fascinating about the state I now live in. Apparently, a budget is an optional thing that the state legislature doesn't pass very often. I think in the 6 years I've been here, they have passed 2 budgets. The rest of the time, it just works off the previous budget whenever that happened to be passed, with operating expenses only. Any capital projects either have to find magic money moved around
Defer to
or
later.
get deferred to later. So this building I put off 2 years ago, found out that budget was not going to happen. And so it was going to happen the following year. So the following year, I'm in exactly the same predicament where do I invest the resources or let it sit another year?
So you're already like multiple years behind on this.
Yeah,
Just
in the first
festering,
year,
wallowing.
How many years into the 2 years are you?
I just found out it's getting pushed again. However, not a full year. It is now getting pushed a half year. Demolition should start in the spring of 27.
And it was originally supposed to start in like 21.
It was originally I was supposed to replace the equipment in 23. I found out 24, they were going to take it down. So we pushed it. So now the building that, when I was originally going to do it, it was an 8-year-old building, or an 8-year-old system. Not a terrible place to be. It's now the oldest systems on campus, and now it needs to be done. But instead of the same question I'm asked every year with, well, I can keep it going for another year. Now I only need to keep it working for 3 months.
Just replace one. Of all the systems in there, I did the same thing. I went in and I replaced everything, and then they came in like the next month and said, "Oh, by the way, we're going to renovate this."
Yeah,
now we're going to do it now.
It's an emergency
Like,
asbestos abatement. Get your stuff
Here
out
come
right
the guys
now.
down the hall. Yeah. They're
now
Maybe
it's
just go do one. That way, you only partially waste your time, and then maybe it'll happen.
Those are really sticky, messy situations to be in, because
It's a gamble.
it's weird when you make that investment, because leadership's going to expect, even if you made it all new today, Larry, here you are, bang. It's going to be 3 years before you're even going to use that again. You're going to put it all in. 2 months later, you're going to have to go take it all out, and now you got to store it. Right?
Oh no!
Or do you just put it in other
reallocation?
inventory? Right. So now it's like, okay, but we often see groups are like, oh, we just want to keep all this and we're going to sit on it. Can you guys store it over here for us until we're ready to come back and get it? It's like, no. It doesn't work like that.
Nope. The art department just got an upgrade. That's what happened.
And I'm still convinced every year I make the right choice, and it puts me in a worse position.
Yeah.
But did you?
I think I did, but it's making me feel dirty.
Queasy and dirty. You need a shower.
I feel dirty.
This is an annual, like, seasonal thing. Is it always like right now, every spring it comes to this, and you're like, oh, here we go again.
We do our planning, and then we find out if the budget passed or not.
I feel like a lot of higher education, like budget planning, is like, in a perfect world, which I know does not exist, we would do this, and we know we're not going to get budget, so we're actually only going to do this.
Yeah.
Well, and part of the challenge is when the news of the budget finalized or not comes down, is like, okay, here it is March, and where you've got the budget. I'm like, great, now you have a month to get all your stuff spent out and hope it all comes in by June. And
no. Okay.
Love it.
Terrible. Mucky.
Yeah.
Festering.
I'll go ahead and move on.
Go ahead, move on.
I've actually felt pretty sleazy just this last 2 weeks.
It shows.
more so than normal, or just
More so than normal.
Yeah.
Normally I'm kind of shady and gross, but now I feel sleazy. Over the many years that I've worked here, I've inherited a lot of programming and not a lot of time, and I was the only one that did things, and I did that, and I did this, and
sucker.
Wearing
there may
many
have been
hats.
times when let's just say there might be a company out there that uses software like called Global Configurator Plus or Pro, where I wasn't a pro, so I just used 2 pluses and made them work right. And so I found a lot of loopholes and workarounds, and did some really shady things over the years. But I was the one that had to deal with it, so no big deal.
It worked.
Right?
It worked.
Great. I've done it. I've got a fantastic staff now. We've got them all trained up. They have more certifications than I do. They've been through all the trainings. They are rocked and ready to go and prove their worth. And they're now identifying all of those spaces.
Like, Jamie, what is this?
Oh,
What's
I
this
feel
thing
so
over
dirty.
here?
And they're like, we got to clean this up. I'm like, good luck with that. Oh, by the way, when you do that, you're going to break that other one because I had to bounce the control off of one to do the other thing. Oh, it's nasty work. I can't believe I did it. And these people are there. I just feel gross that I like took all of. It's like, here's a shovel. Go clean out my chicken coop. Have fun.
Hey, Jamie,
bad.
I was once told a secret by another programmer. Always program something as if the next person who opens up your code is a serial killer with your home address.
Sure.
Like, make sure it is clean and easy to work on. And
Nobody's got time for that.
I was going to say, Larry, I'm curious what this integrator corporate culture was like then. If there's serial killers working there.
it was a higher ed place. It was Gary
There was
Cummins.
always a guy at my window with a knife. Tink, 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 tink.
Let me see that.
Stand outside and watch your family sleeping.
But I do, because they keep coming to me now, like, yeah, we were investigating what's wrong with this.
What's going on with this?
I'm like, oh, sorry.
I know it's bad when somebody comes across the thing and is like, Mark, this says it was compiled on your old laptop. Do you know where that is? And I'm just like, yeah, I don't.
I'm
We're
going to say
probably
at
going to
this
have to
point,
replace that program.
I'm going to say at this point, you're way smarter than me. So why don't you just go ahead and just blitz it and redo it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
Those
thing.
of
Is
you
I'll
who've
ask
been
somebody,
listening,
like, what's the date on the archive? Oh, does it predate COVID? Redo it.
Yes.
I just, So I do. I just, now they're coming to me and I'm really proud of them, but I'm the one. I'm like, good luck. I'm sorry. Go clean up my crap. Get it done.
Yeah.
So I do. This spring cleaning, yes, we're going to take care of some business, and it's all my fault. But I'm in charge now, so they get to do
You're
it.
uncovering the tracks you tried to cover up for years and years.
Yes.
Don't go looking in there.
Yes. The statute of limitations has not run out on a few of them, and I don't know what to do.
I don't know about that. That must have been before I was here. Yeah, I heard rumors of that one. I'll go. This has been a long journey of a project that's been going on for a long time. I think this project actually started when we took delivery of this building I'm sitting in, Chris. You remember this building? This is learning.
I was there.
You were here.
He was there.
And so
I was there when
I delivered it.
you delivered it. Yeah.
Rules were written.
Here you go. And it just fell out of the back of his trunk.
This was on the curb. You want it?
But as part of this building, the dream, we had these big classrooms and we had this common production environment betwixt all of these rooms.
I know where you're going.
Yes. This space,
He knows the building.
this space was just wild, right? It's been this constant state of renovation. When we first got it, it was the most complicated space ever. It came with like 100-page operating manual just to like turn it on. We're like, what is going on here? And we're talking like a historic museum of AV decisions were made to make this thing work. So basis is like you have the big rooms. These are like
It already sounds really
multi-hundred
bad.
student rooms, all with production systems in it, going to a common facility, which is like a small studio with a bunch of workstations that are for those rooms. And this is like, I don't know if it's best of breed or worst of breed of the moment when these things were going on. A lot of old digital media backbone, but the bad digital media. We're talking like multi-mode fiber connections all coming up into one core. A
Multi-mode.
1080i PTZ camera systems in here, right?
That were all SDI runs.
All SDI runs reclocked with fiber and all the stuff coming vertical in the building. So it's
I feel dirty you just describing
Yeah,
it.
yes,
this doesn't sound
this
fun.
is like, this is wild, right? And so AVB going on in here for audio vertical up and down. Cisco codecs once roamed this earth in this space, 4 of them.
At the time,
Yes.
this sounds like it was pretty premium.
Right. And
Today,
It
you
had a
want to-
premium price.
it had a premium price. It did what it did, but the problem was as we started to do room upgrades in the space, right? So we made this concerted effort. We're going to start moving over to AV over IP. This room has had several stages of like, well, we're doing an upgrade here, but we got to keep the legacy stuff there because that's the workflow because we haven't upgraded that room yet. And so now
what was the encoder and the elemental encoder in there?
Yeah, that's not in there
That
anymore.
I could hear it down the freaking hall.
Yes. So
the whole time.
it's a staged migration, right? Which is the worst thing you can do is try to keep legacy systems intact while like surrounding them with new systems. So it's every adapter and patch cable and this is like just
It's like plastic surgery
it's
gone
like
wrong.
a bad like tool shed, right? You just don't want to go in there. Things are going to be falling off the walls and falling, like it's that, like it's just dirty, mucky, grimy.
Full of spiders.
But I was like, you know what? I have 2 engineering students that are about to graduate.
Oh, you're a jerk.
Oh.
Dude.
And so
And I can keep them from graduating until they finish this.
embarked on this journey over the winter, and here we are. We're finally starting to see it, but we are like in the mud right now. I'm like, we're going to do all the infrastructure, rip it down, and we've rebuilt it like twice already in the last 3 months because we finally made a decision. We're not keeping any legacy. We are letting it all go. We're finally doing the upgrades this summer. We've taken out the 5 workstations, whittled it down to 1 workstation that you need and 1 backbench location. 2 digital mixers, the little ATEM switcher, way more streamlined, but it's still like all blown apart in there. Like, and it's just wild. And this, I mean, I feel bad because over the years, I've intentionally put a lot of these workarounds in there, and there's a lot of like, oh, this route is this route, and you put the poster on the wall, and this is how you do this, and we feel like we're kind of starting to push that stuff out, but it is one of the worst spaces to have to move forward because untangling it means like committing. You have to commit to make a massive mess. And along the way, you're coming across every one of those little decisions that we've made. So you're getting to relive 10 years of history of workarounds, which is just fascinating.
There's a little bit of it that pisses me off when you get done with something of that size and scale in a modern system, and you find out that you essentially have 4 network lines and an Ethernet switch and a computer, and you just took away 7 racks worth of gear.
There was 3 full racks in there. And we're like, well, this giant 32 by 32 fiber thing that can just go out to pasture.
Because last summer we kind of renovated a similar, like the whole building kind of thing, and I walked in at one point and just said, F it, just cut it all out. It's easier to pull the 7 new network cables than it is to try to do anything.
Just remember when you cut behind the rack, because I've done that, make sure there's not a power cable hidden in there, because I've also
just
done that.
110. Just 110.
Well, and reciprocating saw blade will not shock you, but it will spark like a good 4th of July firecracker. So
I will say though, Drew and Eli, the 2 students that have been heading this up, awesome. They have jumped in feet first, documenting, going on. They are the next generation of people who are going to be working on the trucks and all these spaces. They are amazing. They are doing it. They are repatching things down, repulling, do all the stuff. They're full on in there.
So contact Mark.
If you need 2 people that are looking, if you need a complex production environment, you need 2 amazing students. Let me know.
Hey, Mark, I do have a question just for my own curiosity. I know that your department is located in Link,
Yes.
the building that
Makes it
currently
worse.
talked about. Was that because up front you realized how complex this is, or is that because after everything was in there and you figured out how much
That's
complex
actually
it
interesting.
is?
There is a bit of a story to it, Larry, that the leadership recognized this is probably going to be a fairly complex space. You guys should probably be here just in case it doesn't go right. And so they moved us. That's how we got there. So Chris was like here during that exact tenure of time.
We want you to be here when the tree falls on the house. So
Yeah.
you can see it too.
But yeah, this is
So you can catch the tree.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
here's the chainsaw.
But
Don't be the person
imagine
that cuts it down.
that time where you have a Dante, an AVB, an SDI, 1080i, fiber from digital media coming up as multi-mode, and Cisco codecs all kind of interwoven into just a nasty quagmire of nonsense. I've had it.
Well, if you go back and read, and I don't know how many of you do this, read Dante Alighieri's Inferno, and you go through the cantos, the layers of hell. There is one in there specifically for the consultants who specified one codec per building that you could route around to different spaces.
Yeah, that's not
They
good.
get their own little level wedged in there.
Ooh.
Justin, what you got?
Justin, don't say,
Well-
do not say consultants. I dare
I'm
you.
not.
Or
It's
business
not on my
school.
list.
Okay.
But you can say Cisco codec.
So this is kind of, I've got two examples. One you've heard me talk about before is we've got a lot of messy systems out there because of how we are funded. So if client doesn't want to pay for the space, then it just sits. So we've got to keep systems running for 20, 30 years. And you can imagine the dirt and filth and, oh, this system has 3 amps and 2 of them are just sitting there.
But they have
you know,
uniform
not
audio
hooked up.
coverage though, right?
It's like, why?
But that audio
why
coverage
the
is
hell?
choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the speakers work, it sure does.
If you're in the right spot in the room under the working speaker,
If that speaker works, you're great. If it doesn't, then sorry. So that's a big one. Another one that we haven't really talked about that's kind of been on my mind lately as we are running around with our hair on fire trying to get these buildings done for ribbon cuttings last week and this coming week. Everybody's pretty stressed out.
We need a
and we're all
building here.
breaking
We're about to cut the
processes.
ribbon.
So we're all breaking processes. But, you know, I started thinking about it more. We're just breaking processes more often right now. And we've always been breaking processes. And it's, you know, not just our department. I feel like the whole university's basically guilty of this. Every project manager runs things differently, right or wrong. You know, there's no continuity there. It's hard to get everything documented when the PMs are on your ass to get the next estimate out. It's hard to get everything installed and labeled correctly when you're trying to do ribbon cuttings and go back after the ribbon cutting and make it work. And it's just a lot of that right now. I think we all need to calm the F down. Just everybody calm down so we can get some of this stuff done right. At least
I feel like you
Maybe
guys are
adhere
like trying to
to
make things look right, not necessarily be
10%.
right.
Yeah.
we are going to make things look very functional, and it's going to be not bad.
Smoke and
And
mirrors.
things are going to work,
It's gonna be fine.
and everything's going to work out. Yeah, I'm like, we have a
Don't
good
nobody
team.
freak
we
out
really
here.
do.
Everything's gonna be fine.
It's just, and I've been kind of explaining to people that if you expect a train to be on time, you know, the train engine hits a certain spot at 10 a.m.
Amtrak's never
right?
on time, sir.
So if Amtrak's on
not
time,
when Mussolini's running things.
but let's say that engine misses their mark, the front of the train, by an hour. Do you expect the caboose to be on time?
How long
Yeah.
is this
Look at you
train?
like,
All the way around.
no, wait, I don't. What do you mean? Because we're the
Typically,
caboose
yes.
in the project, and that's when processes get thrown out the window. Just
It
to
all
get
becomes
things done.
apparent when you guys are on
it's,
site.
It's about. I get it. It's a balance. Everybody's busy, but at some point, we have to go. We have to do better.
And this
Classes
is
start on the
exactly
1st.
how Jamie programming problems happen.
Yes.
I'll fix
And
that
so
later.
it's just. It's been.
I'll get back to it. I'll fix it.
There is no
realized-
going back. You're there. It's going to the moon, and you're never going to see it
No,
again.
we have to go back because we're tempered in to a degree where it
Is the,
is
This will
functioning
be off your
but not fully functional. So, you know, for example, are the headphones in the gamers' ears going to work for all Dante for streaming the day after the ribbon cutting. No. And everybody knows that, and that's fine. And so we've worked with the client on setting expectations. The client's good with everything. It's just we're doing a lot to appease a ribbon cutting. And it's a lot of it's wasting time. You know, we've had people.
But the newspaper pictures are going to look
what?
so just perfect.
Yeah. But, you know, we broke a TV. It's like, guys, we got to slow down.
Like for fun?
Is that why your head hurts?
No, that one was not the one that I did not
Smashed your
break.
head.
So I think somebody was pushing too hard on the glass and it cracked.
Why
And
were
we
pushing
tested it
all
before
on
we
the glass?
hung.
I'm
And
just curious.
it's just, there's a lot of things that are like, all right, it's enough. We got to slow down, take our time and do this right. Even if the temp stuff that we're doing, we have to do that part right or we're going to screw ourselves later. So that's just my.
I foresee this being a bigger problem even after the fact. After this ribbon cutting happens, the ceremonial.
Sure.
I believe you're going to have a nightmare scheduling time to come back and remedy. That's always the process. Getting back in is almost impossible.
It's difficult. We have to. It's already on our books, but we are also getting pressure from all those smaller projects that we haven't paid attention to.
Your time is already sucked up somewhere else.
Things are compressing, and something's going to have to give. And you know, we're coming up on summer, so there's just a lot of things that we really need to figure out as a group.
Yeah, no, that is a really messy time in a project and
it's in the middle of the semester when we should be planning. We're not doing any planning right now. We're just hair on fire. So when's summer getting
just keep going
and it starts to domino.
Blast through it.
So
are you even allowed
we
to
got guys working 70, 80 hours a week right now overtime. Our internal people trying to get this stuff done. So
is there that many hours in a week?
I don't think there is.
No,
there is.
That's
most of them.
120 hours.
You can work 7
hours.
tens.
It's different.
I've worked 7 tens before. I know 70 hours.
Here's just a thought. Like if you didn't take an entire month off for Christmas, you might have been able to.
Oh man.
So we worked over Christmas to hit other deadlines. And we're going to get that flex time. And
I'm glad you're here this Friday, Larry.
You totally missed your opportunity. Saying the guy that's never here.
So yes, the university closes for 2-3 weeks during Christmas, but a lot of us worked at least 2 of those weeks to try to head some of this off. So it's a big project. It's a lot to do.
This is where champions are made right here, Justin. This is where people can emerge from the flames and be the heroes. You're there.
Yeah. And so we're involved. We're, everybody's on board. Everybody's pulling their weight, but it's
dirty work.
Everybody's doing good work at the same time. Everybody's forgetting a lot of important work, and
you want me to drive down there? I can pour some gasoline on this.
We need some help.
Programming.
Jamie can program the shit out of this.
I'll program the shit out of it, man. Do you want Dante in their headphones? They're getting all of that clock.
Click all the buttons. That's right. All of them.
You just stay there, and I'll talk to Mr. Claude, and he'll program it for me.
That's fine. Claudia's good. Chris, what kind of nasty muck of nonsense you got going up there as your snow's melting around you, sir? What's going on?
All right. So I had, more snow this weekend, but I got a couple that I was kind of brainstorming which ones that I kind of regret, but there's one that stands out. This is a regret thing. This is, I made this mess. I'm stuck with it. It's now a multi-year problem. It's not a problem. It's a multi-year thing that every time I see it bothers me. So you all know how much I love short throw projectors.
They're great.
Everybody here loves short throw projectors.
Everybody loves short throw projectors.
They're always straight.
They're always dialed in.
They're always perfect.
They always have perfect geometry.
Yeah.
They're always in focus.
The only thing I love more than a short throw projector is a short throw projector mount. That's
no. The only thing I love more than a short throw projector is a short throw projector that has interactivity.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're correct.
Oh, no.
So we have an entire building. I want to 13, 14 classrooms. Every single classroom has short throw projectors. This was built in 2015, I think. So
right. that was when
that was when this was like, this is the new hotness. You have to have these. Lots of natural light, lots of windows everywhere. So the short throw projectors naturally look terrible to start with. They're not even given a chance. Hey, you're only 5,000 lumens? Here's this room, suckers.
No, 5,000 is generous.
that'd be
They're
a lot.
usually
Yeah,
they're like 3.
And
2
by the
to
way,
3,000.
you can't get short throw projectors brighter than that because I looked.
There's one that Christy used to make that was 5,000.
Well, you said
6,000.
Christie, so that's not even on my list. So
Yeah.
I have that domain blocked at the firewall. So
Jesus.
I had the conversation. Oh wait, and it gets worse. So instead of let's make the projected images worse. And again, this wasn't me. This was 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago. Let's make the projected images worse by not putting in screens. We'll just project on the walls.
On the walls, okay.
And we'll paint the
perfectly
walls.
And the walls will be painted with the whiteboardish paint.
What level of finish? Just
Yes.
garbage.
The level of finish is so on a level of 1 to 5 as far as your sheetrock level.
-1.
This was finished at about a half.
Yeah.
So
And
rough.
it's marker board whiteboard
Textured
paint,
wall.
right?
it's marker board textured walls that looks like the ocean.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So these are just great all around. There's many other compromises of this space. And one of these days I'm going to give a tour of this building.
You said these are
Just project
interactive,
on a
yes?
rock.
Or no, these are not interactive.
They were interactive.
With a marker board. With a marker.
When I replaced the lamp versions with laser ones about 5 years ago,
Wait, what?
when I took the lamp ones out that were 5 years old,
You put them back in?
no, I put lasers in because all
Standard.
lamp projectors must die.
Standard laser.
Larry, I
or
inherited a
short throw
project
laser.
before I got there, and they were like, by the way, here's the 40 projectors. I was like, wait, what?
I remember you were
I remember
squawking
this.
about this, having to apply all these projectors
Yes.
in the closet.
Yeah.
We did not plug the interactive sensors back in. It took 14 months for anyone to notice. We now know the one person who teaches in there with interactivity, and we go around every semester and make sure that room works. The rest of them don't. Anyway,
I thought you were
so
going to
as
say
part of
a tablet.
as part of redoing this entire building, we had the opportunity. Hey, these projected images are not that big. 105 inches, 110, something like that. Like, let's just put in big monitors, like that would really dress up this space. And in talking with our facilities team, it came down to like the way these walls are constructed, the way that they applied the coating on here, the way they did these. You're going to be in about 10 grand per wall to take the projectors out, clean it up, repatch it, reapply the whiteboards crap, which always goes floor to ceiling because you need that. That's important. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. So you can't just clean up. It would have been all sorts of things. Well, okay, fine. We'll just put in, and again, I feel real dirty about it. We'll just put in short throws again.
Yeah.
By the way, the one good point, and Mark, you brought it up, the mounts, we were able to reuse the old mounts with the new projectors, and they just freaking work. So there we go.
We did a project that we had to do custom metal plates. Remember those plates, Chris? I think you might have even been here
the
for
smart
that.
tech ones. Yes. Yeah.
Those were horrible.
Anyway, so now I've got all these rooms, and we're finishing up the last 2 of like the 14 in the building or whatever. And every room, by the way, has multiple short throw projectors because, that's science. We're doing engineering in here. We need to be able to see stuff everywhere. It's just the worst type of, like, there was no thought given to discus. There was no thought given to Pisker. There was no thought given to appropriate image size elements. It was just like, we're going to throw crap on these walls and it's fine. And it's just like, great. And so I kind of like, all right, fine. We'll just leave them in there. And now, like I said, every time I walk past that building, I was like, yeah, we're screwed for another 10 years.
It's really difficult to fix a infrastructure mistake on a new build. To Chris's point, it takes a lot of money sometimes to move a projector and power in the right spot, redo a wall, move a camera so it doesn't see a light hanging down.
But
well, that's my favorite. This building, by the way,
instance-
has that problem of a PTZ camera and there's a light right there. Awesome.
Yep, that's
Larry, go ahead.
But in this particular instance, did you consider putting large LCDs on the front?
Yes, that was the initial plan.
Okay.
Every projector was getting tossed, and
That's
we were
a
going
lot
big
of money.
monitors.
And
But there's no power pathways on that front wall.
you had
That's a
power
lot of
on the
money
front
just to do
wall
that.
because the projector was there.
It's somewhere up there.
Projector's way up there. So
on the ceiling.
here's you guys. Are gonna
I
love
would
this.
rather have Pan do it to the monitor than have short.
I would rather have many
Power.
things that I
Like
have
a
done differently.
foot of
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
Guys.
Here's the
God
other
bless.
thing that you guys you're going to love this one. So when they installed these, they mounted the short throw projectors because again, the room has like there's 3 on this wall, 2 on that wall. Mark, it's like that room in Link. It's basically that, but now I have 14 of them.
Gross.
Well, but somebody pointed out, yeah, very much so. Somebody pointed out, well, to be interactive, it probably needs to be 84 inches and lower so people can actually reach it. But
84 inches.
yeah, it's 7 feet.
That's pretty.
That's how tall whiteboards are.
Yeah, but not white boys. White boys are not that tall.
84 to 36, go to your math, 48 inches tall. Anyway, okay.
I got you.
So that's how the interactive projectors were mounted. Now, keep in mind they're all interactive, but whatever. That's how the ones with interactivity were mounted. The ones next to it, someone was like, oh, well, let's compromise and let's have a bigger image so people can see in the back. So all these rooms had like different sized images coming off of these things. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm going to go one better. I didn't build this. I'm just telling you about it.
It's already gross.
No. They clearly had issues compromising on, do we want whiteboards or chalkboards? So there are classrooms.
No, that's just a bad leadership.
With both.
No. I don't believe any of this anymore.
I'm going to take photos of this stuff, and you guys are going to go, what is happening here?
The real story. Yeah.
You're just making it
Anyway, so I feel dirty having not had I had the opportunity. I fixed everything else in the building, infrastructure, power, lectern placement, everything I did. I didn't fix the short throw projectors with large monitors, and I feel dirty about it.
And it nags you every time you even make eye contact with the building.
I hate that's the other frustrating thing. It's a fantastic looking building. The finishes are great. It looks really cool. I hate that the fact there's filters in there. So.
Except for the stupid AV people put all these things in there.
They'll follow you forever.
Well, just wait. You can put one of those roll down LEDs up there and replace all of them.
That'll be
That's going to solve all my problems.
People will touch them. Like,
sure. Why not?
Little swing.
yeah, swing.
Can we get those tab tensioned?
Tab tension rollable.
So that the tabs will just rip pixels off the side?
Go shooting across the room.
Ah, what the hell was that?
Oh, that was a pixel.
We need that pixel back.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we all need a shower for that.
All right.
For all that dirty, nasty.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
muddy
Probably does.
Garbage.
Also, we're over time, so I say we just roll out
Get the hell
here.
out of here.
We'll be back
Welcome
next
to spring,
week.
everybody.
Wait, this is April, so we can't do
I don't
that.
know.
So it's April, so yeah, spring stuff. Go clean things
However
up.
you're hearing this, you'll hear it again some other time. So
We'll be back whenever you're listening to this, we'll be back next week with the show. I don't know what show or when this
trust
is.
the process.
Thanks for putting up with yet another episode of AV Super Friends on Topic. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV Super Friends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.